This is Fieldsports Channel News. Fire has been ravaging unmanaged land in Scotland and England's uplands. The Scottish Fire and Rescue Service battled a blaze near Kinloch Moidart on the west coast of Scotland for 2 days. Flames spread over 2 to 3 miles, coming dangerously close to homes and buildings. A fire broke out at Glenfeshie too. Firefighters from 5 stations fought the blaze. Fire has also been devastating moorland in Yorkshire. And there's an investigation underway after 2 huge fires on Marsden Moor, which is owned by the National Trust. It is a site of special scientific interest, famous for its rare ground nesting birds and blanket peat bogs. The National Trust has a policy of not using controlled burning earlier in the year and in the autumn in order to prevent fires. Lord Botham has criticised the RSPB for its stance on keeping its vermin control secret, and the RSPB has attacked him back. A leaked RSPB document insists that its pest control contractors must hide larsen traps from public view. The former cricketer and now member of the House of Lords says the RSPB's marketing presents a Disney version of the countryside, while the charity spends £92,000 on contractors killing foxes in the UK, including using dogs. Speaking on BBC Radio, an RSPB spokesman said that its contractors trap and release many corvids while shooting only some.
We put these matters openly and transparently, yet he brings it up regularly.
Okay,
and I think it could be linked to the fact that he is seeking to pursue his own agenda.
Countryside campaigners are angry that a farmer who cleared a riverbank to prevent erosion and flooding to local homes has been jailed. With some DEFRA agencies, including Natural England and the Environment Agency, condemning tree work on riverbanks, and others such as the Rural Payment Agency footing the bill for it, John Price was in the wrong place at the wrong time when he dredged a section of the River Lug in Herefordshire and stabilised the riverbanks. Mr Price of Day House Farm previously pleaded guilty to 7 charges connected to the work that he carried out between November the 1st and December the 3rd in 2020. The 68-year-old was sentenced to 12 months in prison, ordered to pay prosecution costs of £600,000, disqualified from being a director for 3 years, and ordered to carry out restoration works on about a mile of river. The Countryside Alliance is urging the field sports community to lobby MPs about fake reviews. The call comes as the online safety bill makes its way through the House of Lords. The proposed bill includes a section on false communications, which makes it an offence to post false messages intending to cause non-trivial psychological or physical harm. The Alliance wants this stretch to cover financial and reputational damage. It says antis have started attacking pubs that host hunts and shoots by posting fake reviews, including on TripAdvisor and Google. They pretend to be legitimate reports on the quality of the business's products or services.
We think it's disgraceful that keyboard warriors and those who are absolutely anti-everything can write malicious reviews online without being held to account. So we are making proposals for the online safety bill, and we're urging everyone to contact their MP and support these changes that will protect those who've had businesses targeted in the past and make these malicious communications an illegal offence.
Police Scotland say the number of wildlife crimes reported to them in 2020-2021 rose by 60% from 2015 to 2016. Many of the offences were poaching. The Countryside Alliance says that during lockdown, criminals took advantage of a quieter Scottish countryside by taking to the rivers to poach fish or to the fields to run their dogs on brown hares. The Alliance says it is likely that the actual number of offences were higher but were not reported to the police. It says that thanks to collaborations between police, rural organisations and the Scottish Government, raptor persecution is at its lowest point since records began.
The recent figures that show a rise in rural crime stem from the pandemic, and when the COVID pandemic was at its height, we were told to stay at home, which was the golden opportunity for any travelling criminals to come to Scotland, often crossing the border from England as well. And when they were here, they had the countryside to themselves. The police were stretched and they were able to quite freely poach deer, hares and fish.
A Scottish folk group has secured a top 10 spot for its protest song. As we reported last week, the song The Clearances Again by fisherman Angus MacPhail, founder of the Celtic band Skippinish, and singer Donald McNeil scored success on the iTunes download charts 24 hours after it was released. The song compares the Scottish Government's proposed fishing ban to the Highland clearances. Labour MSP for Highlands and Islands, Rhoda Grant, has congratulated the band on its success and submitted a parliamentary motion for a debate on the song. The National Gamekeepers Organisation is urging shooters and the wider field sports community to take part in the consultation on game bird release in Wales. It fears that shooting is under threat from the online consultation launched by Natural Resources Wales. The NGO is encouraging as many people as possible to respond. It says it's important to take part if you're a shooter, help out on shoot days, benefit from shooting through your business, or simply can see the benefits that shooting brings to biodiversity and to rural communities. Basque and the Countryside Alliance have also produced detailed guidance to help people to respond. Basque says it will give the anti-shooting Welsh Government the power to shut down game shooting in Wales and could spread to England.
It's so important that we support shooting in Wales. Thousands of people have filled in a public opinion survey. We need tens of thousands to do that. If we let the antis win, the Welsh Government will use those results to justify shutting down shooting in Wales. So thank you to everyone that's done it so far. Go on the Basque website, act now. Everything is there to help you fill in the survey, which will take a few minutes to do. Anyone, anywhere can do this. Don't let the antis win. Thank you for your support. Protect shooting.
A new survey shows a 57% increase in eagle nests on moors managed by professional gamekeepers in Scotland. The Scottish Gamekeepers Association conducted the national study with its 5,300 members. Gamekeepers shared information on the location of active eagle nests, with 35 new nests mapped from the previous survey carried out in 2015. Reintroduced sea eagles featured for the first time, with 5 new territories mapped. There were 11 new golden eagle nests within the Cairngorms National Park boundary and 10 in the Monadleat Hills, which had the biggest rise since 2015. Hollywood star Kevin Costner has shared his passion for hunting. The Oscar-winning actor shared his passion for field sports at the annual Park Cities Quail Coalition banquet in Dallas. More than 1,200 people attended the event, which raised £3.5 million for Bob White Quail Research and Management. The evening is called the Oscars of Hunting. Costner was awarded the T. Boone Pickens Lifetime Sportsman Award. As he accepted the honour, he told the crowd how grateful he is that hunting changed his life.
We will never be able to explain to a cynical world the early mornings, the stops at the Waffle House, that they're as much a part of the day as the hunt itself. Our guns will pass lovingly into the hands of our sons and daughters. And when they bring it to their shoulders and they press it to their cheek against its worn stock, they'll feel us and they'll know the freedom that the outdoors provided.
And finally, it's the stuff of Bond movies, a handgun that can only be used by its owner. Fire Technologies has produced the first gun to use biometrics to unlock it. The smart handgun stores fingerprints and 3D facial recognition from up to 5 users, and the unlocking even works in the dark. The company is taking orders for the new gun, which will be released at the end of this year. The company says it's the first major innovation in how a handgun has been designed or manufactured in 50 years. It says it will give owners peace of mind that children or criminals won't be able to use it. You are now up to date with Fieldsports Channel News. Stalking the stories, fishing for facts.